I'm here to introduce our next speaker. It's a big pleasure for me to invite her another time to the stage, because she is a visionary founder of Empower Her event. And I truly can say that our amazing speaker, she is a perfect role model for everything that comes to transformation, resilience, and inspiration. From starting her career in media at the young age, she produced over 150 TV and other show projects in 22 countries. Can you imagine that? That's a lot. But our next speaker is not just about the achievements. She's all about finding harmony and balance. And it is important, right, in our lives. So as the founder of Life Balance, a school dedicated to personal growth and the host of the Amarian talk show, Arus continues to inspire countless individuals to achieve balance between work and life. Today, she's not just sharing her journey, but she will provide us practical insights and tools to help us pursue our own path to balance and success. Let's join me in welcoming our amazing, incredible heart and soul behind this Empower Her event, Arooz Amarion. Yes, we need more love.
Thank you so much. I don't know, maybe it's only me, but every time someone tells all that nice things about me before I come to the stage, I'm like, who is this about? And then when you call your name, you're like, okay, all right, I'm coming. Thank you so much. Who wants to find a life balance? That's a great thing, isn't it? But quite complicated, because life balance, we cannot achieve something if we still have those blockages, limiting beliefs, everything that our incredible speakers were talking about. And one thing I found that is on the way is a victim syndrome. Unfortunately, not everyone talks about that, because it's something not super commercial, doesn't sell good, right? It's just a victim syndrome. But I found it important to first, let's say, move that stone from the way and then go to your true life balance. I am an award-winning TV producer, TV host. I've done a bunch of shows all over the world, serial entrepreneur, but at some point of my life, I had to, and today we'll talk about that point of my life, I had to gain a psychology degree. And how I came to that wasn't so happy how happy I was after. But after that, more than 10,000 students of mine gained that life balance, gained soft skills that now helping them to build and businesses and successful lives. When I say successful lives, I want to stop here for a second. For me, successful life is not only multi-million business. Successful life is being content with yourself, whatever you do. If you are mother, or you are, I don't know, have the job like five hours per day, doesn't matter. If you're content with what you do in your everyday life, for me, that's the definition of success. So, let's go. But before we start, I want to tell you a little story. The story that divided my life into before and after. The story that became probably the turning point of my life. Before that, you have these little gold bags. Can you see them? Those little gold bags. Grab them. You have an amazing present from our partners, but this is not just a present. This will help you to focus, because my speech is going to be 40 minutes long, so you will need this. So what we should do, just follow me. Take this oil, then rub into your hands. Yeah. Very hard to hold the mic and do that. Then rub it like this. And now Just smell it. And this will activate the certain areas of your brain that will help you to focus better. Oh, you're doing it. Well done. So now let's go. Okay, this little story that will take us 10 years ago. Athens, 2014, that was one of my first overseas trip. Midnight, I found myself sitting at the police station in Greece. At the very dark, thanks to AI, now you can not only hear my speech but also see what happened. I found myself sitting at the police station, crying, dark place, and it smelled horribly. The policeman, a young man, 30 years old, he just came to his shift. It was midnight. He didn't expect anyone there. He was expecting just to come to his shift and probably, I don't know, just sit and wait until the morning probably. But instead, I turned up, and that definitely changed his day as well, because the first thing he wanted to do is to get rid of me. And you could read that on his face. And I was holding this €2 coin. Just a little metal object, right? But that €2 at that moment were my only chance for salvation. These €2, I was looking at the €2 and thinking that I fought for these €2. These €2 now can change the horrible hell that I end up that day. And that €2 changed my life into before and after. There were 90 minutes before I found that €2, and 90 minutes after. And right now I will take you through 3 hours of my life that changed my life and made me not just a TV producer, but a woman that stands in front of you and have something to share with. Athens, Greece, midnight, nighttime, sorry. I open my eyes and I find myself in the forest. All I see is the headlights of the car driving away. All I can understand at that moment, that I ordered a taxi. I was at the bar. I don't drink alcohol, so I didn't drink alcohol. I just ordered a taxi. And taxi, instead of taking me to my hotel, took me to the forest. At that moment, memory is an incredible thing. It just erases at the moment when you don't need the information, what you don't want to know. And I wake up, I open my eyes, I see that car, and I understand that I was robbed and raped, but most of all, I understood that I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I have to find a way out. And that 3 hours were the worst and the best 3 hours of my life, because that was 3 hours when I lost myself and then found myself. The first thing I've done, I started looking for the way out of that forest, because that day it was the cultural shock for me. I don't know if you have, I mean, we live in LA and we see homeless every day, but that was the first time in my life when I traveled overseas and I saw that many homeless people. And I was terrified. I was thinking, I never ever want to end up homeless in other country. That was my first thought when I opened my eyes. And I started walking, just like a zombie, just started walking and finding the way out of that forest. The first 30 minutes, I would call fear. I was afraid. I couldn't see anything but the need to, that way out. So maybe it would sound creepy, but the first thing I found is a taxi. But that was another taxi, and with a huge fear, I came to him and I told the story. And the first thing he told me, no money, get out. And I was like, are you serious? I'm already in trouble. Why you're not saving me? That was the lesson number one. Then, the only thing I asked him, like, okay, tell me where's the police station. Police has to help us, right? That's what they designed for. I walked to the first police station. They didn't speak English. Okay, walked to the second police station. They told me they take only emergency cases. So my case wasn't emergency. Okay. At that moment, just imagine what I felt. I was already a victim, a physical victim. And on that way, I was looking for someone that will save me, right? And no one was there to save me. So at the second police station, I asked, where is the police station that takes those emergency cases? I walked for 30 minutes. I got there, and there was that beautiful policeman that I told you about, that the second I got there, he got there as well, and the only thing he wanted to get rid of me. I told him my story. Of course, I cried. That was the first time, actually, I allowed myself to cry. And after hearing that story, he told me, okay, we got your statement, go. It's like, what do you mean, go? I don't have money, I don't have phone, my passport, my bag, everything. I have no idea where is that hotel. I came here with it's a business trip. And he looked at me, he's like, we're not a taxi, you had enough experience with taxi today, we're not taking you anywhere. So I fought for these €2. I asked for that money, have never ever in my life I asked anyone for money before that. I fought for that €2. After that, he just threw that €2 on the table and said, okay, you have 90 minutes, run. So that 90 minutes can, why 90 minutes? Because in Athens, I don't know, maybe now it's different, but before that, you had only this €2 could buy you 90 minutes in the public transport. So I had 90 minutes to get to the train, then get to the bus, and get to the hotel. So after everything happened to me, I was sitting there with this €2. It was a little victory of that night. And I was sitting there and I understood, no one has to save me. No one is there to save us. The only person that can save me right now, the only person that can save me in my lifetime is me. I fought for these €2. I will fight that 90 minutes to get to my hotel. I will fight and I will save myself. That's when everything will change. You would think, right? One thought. Thank you. For some reason, we wait for, I don't know, millions of dollars or giant objects or huge, I don't know, houses, whatever people dream of to change our lives. But one thought, one realization can change your life forever. That was my realization. That I'm my savior. No one is there to save me. The second I got to the bus, it was a hustle, but long story short, I understood that I became the victim before that. I was acting like a victim. Whole my life, the past year of my life, I was blaming people, I didn't take responsibility, I was acting like a victim, so I became a victim. After that thought, after the second that I decided that I want to be happy, my happiness is my responsibility, no one else's responsibility. The magic happened. First person in the bus smiled to me, and that was a huge energy exchange. And then when I got to the hotel, people just randomly started helping me. The concierge just ordered me a car. Then some random people from the media delegation I was there with started giving me money. Just people were working and giving me money. It was like, you were robbed. I was like, I didn't ask for it, but thank you. Then I was given a psychologist. I was taken to the hospital. The moment that actually I start crying after is when we got to the hospital, when I thought that, Greek man doesn't like women. Look, all the experience I had with the police. But the second I saw this doctor with a mad eyes going from his office and screaming something in Greek, and then I asked the translator what he was screaming about, and he was swearing and screaming at the police and at everything that happened to me. And later I was told that he has 3 daughters. And after that, he even cried. So I understood that one simple thought, one simple action can change your life. And then I start analyzing, what did I do wrong that I end up here? Where is my responsibility in all that? But I didn't think, actually, I had a thought. I had a thought like, why, what for, what did I do? Like the victim thoughts. But then I'm like, this will not take me anywhere. That won't make me happy at this exact moment. What can help me is to understand what can I change in my life to make my life better after what just happened to me. And I did. I'll tell you about that later. And the main realization after all this story is that I have to become the author of my life. Because victim cannot become the author of the life. Victim always depends on someone. Victim doesn't take responsibility. To become an author of our lives, we need to do 4 simple steps. Is acknowledge that we're victims. I have a question for you. What's the percentage of people that end up in the victim role during the lifetime? What do you think? Just percentage, like 80, 90? 99, correct. I think that 1% is unrecognized. I mean, they probably live somewhere, meditate. They're not among us, definitely. Yes, the percentage is horrible. And when I say victim, I mean the victim complex. The percentage of rape is horrendous as well. I mean, this speech is not about that, but those cases are terrible, and a lot of the biggest percentage is unrecognized as well, because victims of rape do not talk about that. But 4 steps to become the author of our lives is to acknowledge that we are victims, because it's an addiction. Like with any addiction in this world, you should first come out and tell yourself, I'm acting like a victim in this situation. The second thing is to exit the drama triangle, because drama triangle is a trap. We'll talk about that later. Third thing is take responsibility. Without taking responsibility, unfortunately, we cannot move forward. And then becoming the authors of our lives. Today we're going to talk about that, how to exit all that limiting structures. Step 1, say it out loud, I'm a victim. Victim is an easy position. I'm going to tell you how I end up in the victim syndrome before everything happened to me in Athens. Because victim is a little trap. You don't have responsibility for anything. You can blame everyone. You can be in your comfort zone when you don't grow, because you cannot see the reason. Why do I need it? It's everyone's fault that I'm not growing. A victim also, of course, how to recognize that you're a victim. Victim has a lot of struggles in their relationships. For victim, always ill. And all this list, by the way, it comes from experience. Rarely achieves something, but when achieves, never, let's say, praise herself. And of course, I mean, just tell me if you have never had it. Have you ever predict failure before starting something? Or relationships or business? Always. Yeah, that's also a victim thing. There is a small solution, tiny solution that I have time to discuss with you. First of all, attending seminars like this. Not only our seminar, but any self-development, self-growth, motivational places, like getting a knowledge is a #1 place where you can even recognize that you have that victim in yourself. Then calmly admit with love. You know, you don't need to go through the hell like I went through. There are 2 ways for transformation. Way #1, it's actually Harvard research. Way #1 is knowledge. And way #2 is a pain. I went through pain. We don't need to go through pain. Since that day, believe me, I did everything to go through knowledge, because no thank you. And calmly, with love, admit yourself, I'm a victim, but I know how to deal with that. If I don't know, I will figure it out. And of course, assess 4 major areas of your life. It's relationship with yourself, relationship with your families, with society/communities, and at your workplace. Those 4 key relationships, if you will assess them, you will be able to find where is victim hidden there. Okay, quick story, promise this time quick. How I fell into the victim role. Before the Athens, a year ago, I was promoted. I was 23 years old. I was promoted as the program director of a huge media company. But they gave me task to fail, actually. They gave me the TV channel with the lowest ratings it was a comedy channel, with the lowest ratings among all comedy channels. They gave me 0 money and told me, if you will get this channel to the top ratings, we'll give you a budget. Okay. So I was young, and you would think a young person would never could do that if older people can do that. But because I was young, I actually found a solution. YouTube was very new back then, and I found a lot of comedy YouTube channels. I collaborated with them, gave me, like Lana told us, win-win strategy. I offered them the advertisement on my channel, they gave me the content, and that's how in a year we became #1 comedy channel in the country, without budget. But when I sent the letter to the management and said, I did it, you told me, give me the budget, I have to pay those people that were working there for a year. They told me no. They told me, this is the ratings, by the way, the proof. They told me, no, we don't have a budget, sorry. So what would you do if someone would ditch you that big? Yeah, cry, of course, cry. But I didn't cry, I just fell into that victim complex. I didn't leave, I stayed there, I was sick, I was blaming everyone, but I stayed in that sick relationships with the channel, with the whole system, work system. And Athens' story, that's why I told you in the beginning, that's the most horrible thing that happened to me, but the thing that opened the biggest realization in my life that I'm living with right now. After Athens, the first thing I've done, I quit that job. Because I understood that while I were there, I was a victim. And by changing that mindset, the second thing I've done, it's step number 2. I left the triangle. Who knows what drama triangle is? Experienced women. But I love everyone who didn't. I love that a lot of people didn't raise the hand, because now you hopefully will learn something. So drama triangle, it's a very painful structure, actually, because all these 3 people in that triangle, the villain, the victim, the rescuer, they all change their roles. And guess who starts the triangle? Always victim. Victim starts that triangle. So victim is the poor me complex. Victim always blames. It's helpless and needy, manipulative, because victims are the best manipulators in this triangle. Then villain, I mean, we know what villain do. And the rescuer. I'm gonna give you a small example, because I was looking for the example that will fit each and every culture, because I mean, we're all from all over the world. And I found the addiction. I mean, it can fit each culture. Let's say the husband is drinking, the wife is not happy with that. And that's the triangle, that they always, 2 people also can be in the triangle, by the way. They just change those roles. When he drinks and comes home, she can attack him and say, why you do that? And he's victim at that moment. Next time, he can be aggressor. And the next day, she can go to the neighbors and say, oh, he loaned money from you for his alcohol, and give them money. She's the rescuer. So I think each family, in a lifetime of a family, had this triangle. The only way to get out from this triangle is actually realize that you're in triangle and consciously leave. Because I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, in triangle, you cannot feel true joy. It's impossible because you are living in that structure where someone always suffers. When victim suffers, it makes even rescuers suffer. Everyone always busy with saving each other or attacking each other. And in a triangle, you cannot fulfill your potential. It's impossible. You are too busy by being victim. Victims cannot fulfill potentials or achieve big things. Then, of course, relationships is illusion. Just ask me what kind of relationship I had before the Athens story. I would tell you 0 true relationships. Even true relationships with my family, I found it so complicated. But today I can tell with, I'm very proud that there is no area of my life where I don't have good, fulfilling relationships. And all areas of my life are, no matter what will happen today, I have that system of support. And that's actually the biggest asset I have in my life today. But victim cannot do that because relationships in victim's life, people in triangle, okay, not only victim now, is an illusion. True deep connection can only be formed once we step out of that triangle. Solutions, of course, accepting that we're in triangle. Actually, you know, when I say you have to accept, you have to realize, it's not that easy. I mean, if someone couldn't see that for 24 years, it cannot be easy. So I don't want you to feel that all those words, see, I had to go through the hell just to realize that. But all those things have solutions from knowledge. Of course, we cannot, if you want to get out of triangle, you cannot use only your intellect. We have an amazing emotional intelligence. We have the spirituality. We can use all our potential to detect and get out of that triangle. Then real change comes from within. We talked about that today. And of course, recognize that your own actions brought you into that triangle, nothing else. Step number 3, I'm responsible for my life. But you know, when every time I talk about the responsibility on my lectures, women raise their hands and say, I have a lot of responsibilities. And we have a lot of responsibilities in our everyday life, but this is not the responsibilities I'm going to talk about. It's not about picking up kids or earning money or doing anything around the house. I'm talking about the true responsibilities. Responsibilities that comes from our true desires, because other responsibilities, we're not going to talk about that definitely today. Not taking the true responsibility for our life. I love food metaphors because I love food. So I created this metaphor. And not taking responsibility for your life is the same as, just imagine you came to the banquet and you have like hundreds of dishes there and you're sitting in the corner and eating carrots. And that's when we don't take responsibility. We cannot enjoy life fully. What's true responsibility? It comes from our true desires. Unfortunately, not every time we can experience our true desires because we have a lot of past noise and a lot of current noise, like and social media and our past, like when people say what we really want, right? We want all that shiny objects, but maybe not. Maybe all we need is just to go to the forest and meditate, right? So, or vice versa. Everyone in your surroundings tell you that you need to meditate and you just want that shiny objects. That's also okay. But the short story about my student. She came to me as a student for my producing course. I used to be a lecturer at the university and teach TV producing. And when she came to me, I understood that she will never launch her project unless she will take responsibility for her life. She was 30 years old. Her parents were running her life, paying for the apartment, telling her what to do, in which shows work. And I was trying to softly explain to her that that's not going to work. You cannot open your own project if you don't know what project you want. You're listening not to yourself. You can't hear you're not aligned with your true desires. And I told her, take responsibility, adopt a plant. Plant, something that you have to just water. She couldn't. She quit the course because of that. She's like, I can't take a plant. What if that plant will die? What if I won't be able? And all those limiting beliefs just came to the surface. For the next semester, she came. And she's like, you were right. It was my responsibility. It wasn't my abilities. It wasn't my hard skills, because she had a bunch of hard skills. That girl worked for 11 years in TV industry and couldn't launch her project. She's like, it's my soft skills, my limiting beliefs. Only thing she've done, she adopted that plant that helped her to day by day, mindfully understand what she really wants, what content for the TV she wants to do. Before that, she worked for the entertainment television, but then she just quit and she started working for the documentaries, boring documentaries, you would think. But that made her really happy. After that, she understood what kind of man she wants. She got married. Now she has kids. Now she has a beautiful life that I'm watching on beautiful social media that we have. And I'm happy because one person just took true responsibility for her life and started understanding her true desires. And the fourth step is becoming the authors of our life. Actually, as I told you before, the life we have right now is the result of our actions, thoughts, and of course choices. And transformation doesn't need to wait a breaking point, or as I said before, you do not need to go through the hell to get to what you want. Not only in the victim complex, I'm just in any area of your life. You have those two ways. Please choose knowledge. Starting today, I mean, you're already shifting your mindset. I'm very proud of you. I just want to pause and say that. I'm really proud of each of you because today is a Saturday. You are here instead of being on any other place or party. And today, and for the past couple of years, I'm sharing this story only because I want people that are ready to transform their lives, ready to step out of that shadow, the shadow that we created by ourselves, for ourselves, to shine afterwards. And my mission today is to create events like this, products, educational courses, transformational courses, for women to transform their lives, to make lives that they really deserve and want. I can't do that "are you ready" thing, honestly. Just yeah, how do they do that? Like, are you ready? Thank you. So, Author of Life, that's the program that one of the programs that I've designed, actually one of my favorite ones. And this program changed lives of hundreds of women worldwide. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna do it in the US. But it had a great success within the Russian-speaking community, and that's why I'm proudly presenting you today this little program. It's a little seminar just for 2 days that will help you to go through all that 4 steps with me. What you'll gain on that seminar, first of all, of course, we will go through all victim scenarios, right? Because today we don't have, unfortunately, that much time to go through all that. And this day is not about that. So we will go through all scenarios and we'll understand and we'll detect in which area of our life our victim is more vibrant, the word, I hope, or visible. Then we're gonna exit the triangle. We're gonna see where are we in that triangle the most of the time. And then we're gonna exit consciously with love and self-care, that triangle. Then we're gonna go step by step by taking responsibility for our lives. And then, of course, we're gonna work on 4 areas of our lives. It's relationship with ourselves, with our families, with communities, and with work. Who should attend? Anyone who wants, honestly. But first of all, people who want to have healthy relationships and supportive relationships. Achieve success and fulfillment in your career and break the negative cycle and negative beliefs. Experience true balance and take responsibility for your happiness. And honestly, just in general, to live happy life. Doesn't matter what happened every day in your life. Sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, I'm happy because I'm happy. Because right now I'm choosing to be happy. And I also understand that that thought is the result of work that I've been doing all these 10 years after the Athens story. The program, author of your life. The day one, I told you, identifying the victim, then exiting the triangle, taking true responsibility day two, and then practical tools. What I want to tell about this program, because it's already Christmas soon. Who loves Christmas? I'm obsessed with Christmas. And I understood that I want to do this little course before New Year, but I don't want to do it too big. I want to have opportunity to talk to everyone who will come to that course, to work through each victim complex of each person. So I limited the attendance. Before we could accept like hundreds of people, but I decided that this time, before these beautiful holidays, we'll do 30 people, not more. The days are December 8th and 7th, weekends. The format is online. And I'm giving you today the time-limited offer. Normally, in Eastern Europe and worldwide, we sell it for $1,500, but today, we're giving you the limited offer, $99. You can find the limited time offer here. And also follow me on my social media. And thank you so much, you're awesome.
Let's do it again. Let's show some love for Arooz Amarion.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You have so many talents. Producer, TV host, event organizer, oh my gosh, educator, and inspiration. Beautiful woman. Thank you so much for this amazing event, for you, for this incredible presentation. Of course, flowers for you. More flowers. Isn't it that so beautiful how women are supporting women?
100%. One thought I had before I meditated, before I came to the stage, is that I asked my subconscious, just tell me, what am I here for? And the only word was in my mind is serve, 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 and serve. I think that's such a blessing and such an honor to be able to serve and consciously realize, because we serve every day. Everyone serves to someone. We serve to our children, to our husbands, to our parents, like to our clients, right? We serve, and serving is the best thing we can do in this world.
Especially if we do it like you, with an open heart. Thank you so much. Arooz Amarion!